Om. Namaste. Welcome. This yoga practice is about conquering arrogance and pride within us. This season marks the 9-night celebration of Navaratri, which honors the various forms of the goddess Durga. On this particular day of the celebration, the most ferocious form of Durga is revered for conquering the demons Sumbha and Nisumbha, which represent the evils of excessive arrogance, pride, and greed. And it is the goddess's humility and wisdom which allow her to overcome the demon brothers and their forces of evil. Devotion to the goddess provides opportunities for introspection and leads to knowledge of the divine within. When we combine that knowledge of the spirit with our knowledge of the world, we can integrate both into the wisdom that we need to guide our actions for the benefit of all. In asana practice, we must acknowledge our own limitations and proceed humbly and modestly, because when we only listen to the ego, we can injure ourselves. Who has an ego? I do. And in the words of Mac Davis, "Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror because I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can." Now, let's take some centering breaths and begin to cultivate our humility and wisdom, our loving kindness and compassion, our empathetic joy and equanimity. I offer you the mantra of 8 syllables. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vishe Svaha. Om and salutations to she who is radiant with power and wisdom. Om is the supreme word. Aim is the word for Saraswati, who represents wisdom. Hrim is the mantra of Parvati, who represents love. Klim is the mantra of Kali, who represents transformation. Chamundai is the fierce form of Kali. Vishe means to cut off the head of the demon, ego. And Svaha consummates the offering to Chamundaya. And all together this mantra is Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vishe Svaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vishe Svaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Vishe Svaha. Now let's form the fearless heart mudra. Cross the right wrist over the left wrist And then intertwine the pinky fingers together. Skip the ring fingers and then do the middle and index fingers. Let the tip of the thumb come to touch the tip of the ring finger. And then bring this mudra to the base of the heart. This mudra helps to strengthen a fearless connection to one's heart truth and have the courage to follow this truth. There's a greater sense of connection to the ground of the heart and increases our focus and vitality. It helps to stabilize the mind, rejuvenate the vital force, and reconnect to the heart of the matter. It calls us home to our essential nature as pure love. Begin our humble asana practice with some flexion and extension through the spine. On the exhalation, pull the navel in, around the back. And on the inhalation, pull the shoulders back, press the heart forward, and look up. And oscillate back and forth with calm, slow breaths, completing one breath before moving to the next. And lift the arms up, press the sitting bones down, and exhale, lower the left arm, stretch to that side, and inhale, switch the left arm up, exhale to the right, and continue alternating one breath at a time, side to side. That's fine. And we'll just fold forward now. Walk the fingertips forward. Fold over the hips. Expanding, lengthen on the inhale. And bow forward on the exhale. Humbly bowing the head. One. Inhale, lift up. And whichever foot was in front, switch to the opposite. And fold forward once more. This side may be a little stiffer, so proceed cautiously, calmly. Not allowing the ego to rush you into a pose that you're not ready for. And lift up enough so that you can move to a prone position. Laying face down, prone position. And just take Sphinx pose by Squeezing the legs towards the midline, squeezing the buttocks. Pull back with the shoulder blades to lengthen the spine, loosen the neck. And you can move a little from side to side, adding movement as your body indicates, craves, or desires. And then slide the hands back underneath the shoulders or lower towards the rib cage to curl the chest up into Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Squeeze the buttocks, strengthen the legs, and use the fingertips to press down as much as the base of the palms. Take 2 more breaths. And lower. Extend the arms behind, either palms face down or clasping them behind the back for locust pose. Lift up the shoulders once more. Squeeze the legs to the midline. Lifting the shoulders, or also lifting the legs, your choice. Two more breaths. And one more. And release. Slowly press back to child's pose for a deeper rest. Bow the head down humbly below the heart. Inhale, expanding in the kidneys and the back of the body. And exhaling, pulling the navel in, lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine. Relaxing on the inhale and lengthening on the exhale. Now walk the hands to the right. And stretch along the left side of the waist, ribs and shoulder. And long, smooth breaths. Calmly connecting one breath to the next. And switch to the other side. Walk hands to the left. Claw with the fingertips enough to stretch that right side of the body, pressing the right hip back and down while pulling and clawing with the right fingertips. And lift the hips up. Keep the elbows down and bring the crown of the head to the mat. Tuck the chin so you stretch the back of the neck. And pulse gently with the hips. Inhale, hips moving back towards the heels. And exhaling, the hips lifting forward. So you're rocking along the crown of the head, massaging the scalp. And press the hips back to child's pose. And rock the head from side to side, massaging the forehead and temples. We'll lift up to table pose and circle the hips. Inhaling forward and exhaling, pushing back. Reversing when you're ready. Circle the opposite way. Come back to the center and step the right foot back. Curl the right toes under and rock back and forth, stretching the ball of the foot, the sole and the toes, and even a little circling in the heel is fine, moving all the toes around. Okay, and then lift up that right leg, balance on the left knee, and lift up the left arm like a bird dog, pointing. I'll take 2 more breaths. One more. And release that hand and knee. We'll switch to the left side. Step the left foot back and curl the left toes under. And rock it back and forth, moving circles in the heel, whatever feels good in your body. Stretch and move the toes around. The ankle. Stretch the Achilles tendon, the gastrocnemius muscle in the calf. Now lift the left leg up for balance. Lift the right arm up. And breathe strength, wisdom, humility. Two more. And one more breath. And lower down. Okay. Turn the left wrist backwards. So you're stretching the underside of the wrist. Pulse back and forth with the hips, adding to the stretch to your capacity. And then relaxing on the inhale. And switch hands, turning the right fingertips inward. Stretch the underside of that right wrist. And keep the fingertips all still pressing into the mat. Now, ready for downward dog. So, place the palms down, the creases of the wrists parallel to the front of the mat. Curl the toes under and lift up the knees and begin to stretch the legs, walking the knees. Looking back at the feet, see they're hip distance apart, aligned, parallel. On the inhale, soften the knees and shoulders. And on the exhale, straighten the legs and lengthen the arms. Pulse a little with each breath. Connecting to your source of love in the heart. Very good. And lower knees back down. And begin to sit towards the heels, hero pose. Press the toenails down into the mat and strengthen around the ankles and shins. Draw the navel in and draw the sides of the neck back so the chin is level and the crown balances right above the sitting bones. Hands are either on the thighs or some place them on the soles of the feet. Either stay upright or begin to recline with hands moving towards the back of the mat. Lengthen the tailbone, open the heart. And when you're finished, come back up to a high kneeling position, lifting the hips up off the heels and holding the back of the waist for camel pose. Engage the inner thighs, squeeze the buttocks, provide that power foundation, pressing the toenails into the mat, and then start to tilt the head back and open the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades in and lift up the heart. If possible, reach down to the heels one at a time without letting the hips sink back down to the heels. Lift up the hips, send them forward, open the chest. And to release, sweep the arms up to the sky, lift up through the lower back, and rest, hands down. Step the right foot forward to lunge. Right foot forward so the knee is above the ankle. Move the left knee back and then press down through the feet and legs. Lift the hands to the right knee and collect your breath, your focus. Integrate this great knowledge and lift up Anjaneya asana, the monkey pose. Inhale to the fingertips and exhale, integrate strength into the core of the pelvis, the shoulder blades into the back. And release the hands down. And keep that left hand down. Sweep the right arm back up. And twist towards that right arm. You can do this with the back knee on the floor or lift it up into a high lunge. And lower the right hand down, and begin to straighten the front leg into pyramid, either with the left knee on the mat, or if you are still standing, you can have that left leg straight. Taking slow, calm breaths as you bow towards that right leg. Now we'll switch sides, however you want to do that. Step the right foot back, step the left foot forward. Low lunge. Lift the hands up to the left knee and roll the shoulders back. Pull the navel in and press down through the legs. You've got this. Inhale, lift the arms. And take one breath at a time. Inhaling to the fingertips and exhaling to the core. Strengthen on the exhale and expand on the inhale. Pulsing these opposites. And lower the hands down. And revolve to the left. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Either keep the right knee on the mat or you can lift it up into high lunge. Great. Good. That's the way. Breathing to the fingertips. Exhaling, strengthen to the core. Now, if that back knee is lifted, just start to straighten the front knee. Or if that right knee is on the floor, you can probably lift up the left toes and bow forward over the left hip, whichever way you choose. Inhale, soften the knee, lengthen the spine, straighten the neck. And with the exhale, go for a deeper stretch without overriding common sense because of the pride and the ego. And rest. Step that left foot back to downward dog. Take one more breath. And start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Rolling the back up to stand. Then lifting the arms, joining the palms, an Anjali Mudra. Exhaling, hands down to the heart, and bowing humbly, with respect, with reverence. And practice a pranam. And you'll see like the Buddhist monks doing these pranams in front of the statues of Buddha and elsewhere, similar things. Inhale, lift the arms, a little back bend is fine. And exhale, bow forward, and walk the hands to the front of the mat. Gradually lowering knees, chest, and chin. And extend the arms in this full pranam. Some bring the hands up over the head in prayer. Now, reverse that. Walk the hands back to the feet. And lift up to stand. Inhaling, the palms touch. And exhaling, hands return to the heart. One pranam completed. Inhale, we'll repeat. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward. Humbly submitting, bowing, head to the ground. And come back up to stand. Walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale, big sweep of energy. Exhale, humbly bow. Walk the hands forward and lower down. Prostration. And come back up to stand. Walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale, stand up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay. And we're going to turn to the side or take a wide stance where we can do starlight pose and goddess. So turn the toes out at angles and bend the knees. Here. And first, goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift up the arms, spread the fingers, starlight. And exhale back into goddess. Inhale, starlight. Radiate that love. Exhale, concentrate strength. And two more. Last one. And coming into goddess, now try lift the heels. Dancing. You can move it around. Your goddess likes to dance. Give her that freedom. And rest the arms and legs. And we will practice our Kali sword, holding the sword between the hands. This involves a 3-part inhalation and then a whooshing exhalation. So we bring the arms up on the inhale. Inhale again, open the arms. Inhale once more, lift the arms. And exhale, down. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. One more. Chopping through those demons of ego and arrogance. All right. From our Kali, let's turn the right toes out for warrior 2. Open the arms. Bend that right knee. Okay. Now, the Kali is taking on the weapon of the bow and arrow. So we're going to lift the arms, grab your arrow out of your quiver, knock the arrow onto the bow, and draw the bow back. And whoosh, release. And try it again. Inhale up. Exhale, draw the bow. And release. Inhale. Exhale, pull back the bowstring and release. One more. And last time. Switch, turn to the other side. Turn the left toes out. Bend the left knee for warrior two. Just take a moment and get your feet stable. You're steady, strong. And then take the bow and arrow. Exhale, pull back and release. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, draw the bow and release. Conquering all those demons, the Asura army. Okay, rest the arms and just into turn the right toes out once more for this warrior again. Warrior two. Now we're going to side angle Parshvakonasana. So right elbow to right knee, the left arm over the ear. Inhale, draw the left shoulder blade back. And exhale, pull the navel in. Maybe you can go deeper. The right fingertips can come to a block or the mat. Now, transition to half moon, where we tap the back foot in a bit closer. The right hand in front under the shoulder. Then lift the left leg. Stack the hips, falling. Stack the hips and shoulders to extend. And we're just about at the half moon stage, astronomically. Come up when you're done to switch sides. Turn the left toes out. Bend the left knee. Again in warrior two. And then to side angle, left elbow to knee, right arm over the head. Drawing that right shoulder back, hollow the armpit, and pull navel to spine. Fuel the pose with steady, strong breath. You may deepen the pose over time. Good, that's right. You got it. Now, transitioning on to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Tap the back foot in so you can balance on the left leg. Get that steady, and then try lifting the right arm. Press down through the standing leg. Extend the lifted leg so it's completely straight. Foot flexed. Good, and rest that back foot to the mat and come back up to stand. Let's take one more starlight stretch. And relax, arms down. Okay. So, with the fierce form of Kali, we'll do the warrior salute. Starting with warrior one, step the right foot back. Open the fingers into Padma Mudra. The thumbs and pinkies remain together, and you have this flower-like offering to lift up, to invoke the blessings of the divine. Now bring hands over the heart, interlace the fingers, thumbs remain upward in Vajrapadma Mudra. Spin around so you can see. So hands are over the heart. This mudra is for unshakable trust. And open the arms to Warrior Two. Now, bring the right hand to meet the left once more in Vira Mudra. The first fingers are extended, the others are clasped, and we're going to face, lift up to balance for Warrior Three. Courage Mudra. Now lower right knee down carefully, and then right hand is Abhaya Mudra, like you're making a stop sign. Lift the heart up into this left hand, then extend the right arm, lengthen the whole spine, press down through the legs, and begin a slight back bend, arch back. Now release the right hand down, all 5 fingertips touching the earth for Bhumi Sparsha Mudra. Bow inward humbly, reverently. And then we'll come up. Inhale, step the right foot forward. And exhale, fold. Now inhale, stand all the way up. Clasp the hands together, Anjali Mudra, and draw them back to the heart. Good. Now I'll do the second side so you can see. I'll turn around. Inhale, step the left foot back. And then lift the arms in Padma Mudra. The offering of the lotus for an invocation of blessings. And Vajrapadma Mudra, the fingers interlaced over the heart. Turn to the side. Deepen the strength from the core. Deepen your trust, unshakable, diamond-like. And then extend the arms, Warrior Two. Good. Fierce warriors. That's the way. Sweep the left hand forward to create Vira Mudra for courage. Spin up on the ball of the back foot and begin to lift up and balance on the right leg for Warrior Three. Continue lifting the back leg. And then rest the left foot, then the left knee, coming down to a low lunge with Abhaya Mudra for fearlessness. Lift the heart, press down through the legs, and then extend this left arm to lengthen the whole side of the body and take it into a little back bend. And look down and bring the fingertips to touch the earth. Bhumi Sparsha Mudra, calling the earth to witness our humility, our connection to the ground, and bowing humbly. And release, step the left foot forward to meet the right. And exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift, stand, Tadasana. And exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. And we come down to seated next. Take a wide leg position. And move the sitting bones back. If you want to, sit up on a little height there so you can have the lower back draw in. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, bow forward. Try not to collapse into the chest or round the shoulders, and keep the inner body bright, the shoulders back and down. And the neck long and graceful. Continue pulsing with the breath, expanding on the inhale and bowing deeper on the exhale. Without listening solely to the ego. Let your body stretch in its own fashion, in its own time, at its own pace. Don't rush. You can make some sort of support for your forehead, pressing the third eye into the back of the thumbs. Or you can even try and use the prayer hands over the head to deepen the stretch. Spreading the toes. Strengthen the legs. Release and lift the head up. Okay. And turn towards the left leg. Slide the left hand towards that foot and lift the right arm up and over the ear to stretch over the left hip. Now you can go deeper with the left elbow inside the knee. Some yogis hold on to the foot with one or both hands, but don't be too concerned with that, the ultimate shape of the pose. Just worry more about what your body is ready for. What is the optimal alignment that you can use to enhance the love in each breath, so you gain wisdom from the practice, not just sore muscles. Now switch to the second side. Slide the right hand towards the right foot and lift the left arm to stretch over the right hip. And pulling that left shoulder back. And taking slow, deep breaths. So there's no rush. You can expand to your full capacity on the inhale, spread the fingers, and stretch to your delight on the exhale. Remain strong through the legs. Squeeze the muscles to the bone. And keep that integration working. Stay connected to your source, the infinite love within your heart. It's full of compassion, loving kindness, empathetic joy, and equanimity. We'll come back to center, lift up the knees, and find it's time to recline onto the back. And lay back down onto your back, lifting the knees. Then hug knees into the chest. Inhale, relax the arms, lengthen, and on the exhale, contract the navel, hug the knees in. Let the feet rest again on the mat. Press the feet down and slide the backs of the hands underneath the buttocks, and then sit down on the back of the hands. From there, you can lift the legs, extending them to the sky. And soften on the inhalation, and align on the exhale, being conscious of each individual breath. And if it is normal and safe for you to lift the hips in your inversion, you can tip the legs up and over the head into plow, supporting the back of the waist with the hands. And lifting the thighs up away from the face. Press the back of the skull against the mat. And then begin to round the back, bend the knees, and roll down into happy baby by holding on to the ankles or the feet and pulling the knees down towards the shoulders. And pulsing with the breath to relax tension on the inhale. And stretch to your comfortable capacity on the exhale. Adding any minor movement that might feel right in your body. Turning the head slowly from side to side like a wise old owl. Or rocking the hips. Whatever you find adds benefit and meaning to your practice. And set the feet down. Open the knees apart. Let the lower back arch up on the inhalation. And draw the sides of the ribs down on the exhale. Take 2 more complete breaths. One more. Good. And release the legs out straight. Widen the legs, lift the arms, and spread the fingers, stretching the hands, the wrists, the arms, and also the toes and ankles and the legs one more time. Full body stretching, wiggling, whatever is needed. And also the face stretching, moving, the tongue stretching, like Kali tongue sticking out and turning down. And relax and bring the arms down by your side for Shavasana. Turn the palms face up. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back. And then find a comfortable position for your arms and legs so they can just sink into the floor. And I'll tell you a story. One of the myths. From the Devi Mahatmya. Once upon a time, a long time ago, but maybe not so long ago, two brothers of the Asura race, demigods, sought to conquer the three worlds, the earth, the sky, and the heavens above, by subjecting themselves to severe penance and purification, so that no man or asura could destroy them. Sumbha and Nisumbha traveled to Pushkara, a sacred site, and remained there in prayer for 10,000 years. The creator deity Brahma saw the brothers' penance and was pleased, granting them the boon they requested. Chanda and Munda, two lesser asuras in the service of Sumbha, encountered the goddess Parvati and were overwhelmed by her beauty. They carried reports of this goddess to Sumbha, who sought to possess Parvati. Sumbha sent the asura Sugriva to court Parvati, but she rejected his advances. It was then decided by the asura brothers that if Parvati would not come willingly, they would abduct her. First, the asura Dhumralochana and his army of 60,000 asuras were sent to abduct Parvati. The goddess assumed the form of Durga and slew the entire army. Next, Chanda and Munda were deployed, who were also destroyed by the goddess, earning her the epithet of Chamunda. The demon Raktabija, who could spawn clones of himself with every drop of his blood that was shed and hit the ground, was sent next and was slain by the goddess Kali, who caught every drop of blood that he shed with her tongue before it could touch the earth. After these encounters, Sumbha and Nisumbha had no choice but to meet Parvati in direct combat. Although Brahma's boon had granted the brothers protection against men and demons, no such protection existed against goddesses. Nisumbha was the first to fall, and upon seeing the death of his brother, Sumbha went after Parvati in a rage, but was ultimately cleaved in two by the goddess's trident. With Sumbha and Nisumbha gone, the three worlds return to their ordinary state of being, rid of a great evil. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche Svaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche Svaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundai Viche Svaha. Now begin to deepen your breath and stretch to move and awaken the muscles. And then roll to the side. And as you're ready, come back to a seated position. Ready to resume fearless heart mudra. To strengthen a fearless connection to your heart truth. To stay grounded, calm, and focused on the heart of the matter. Returning to your essential nature as pure love. May you be blessed. Namaste.